Then we get into escrow officers. Now, this is unique. A lot of people really don't realize how many agents the escrow officers do talk to. When you get along business development reps, I mean, they're talking to so many different agents, and these are agents that are actively doing business with them, so they have very close relationships. And then I've seen situations too where you may have an escrow agent who's dealing with a seller as the notary at closing, and maybe that seller is having a conversation about what they're going to do with these funds, and they're looking to buy another investment property or, transfer those funds into a new, asset that they want to buy, or second home or vacation home. Making sure you're staying in front of your escrow officers, they're like one of the best people to keep happy. They're kind of on that same level with you. So you kind of share that camaraderie, but for the most part, they are just a great gateway to accessing other agents in your small community, in your sphere that maybe but you're wanting to get in front of. So they can always be great coordinators and middlemen to help arrange that, or set up lunch and learns and things if you wanted to present certain things, or just a simple phone call of, hey, I really think you should reach out to this agent. They're struggling in this transaction related to getting this deal done. As a mortgage broker, that's a lot of times where we have some flexibility and opportunity there. All right, so non-real estate partners. I'm going to let you guys know that I'm a very aggressive when it comes to my business attainment. I don't let certain things keep me from trying to promote or push, but I think there's too many people that avoid trying to build these referral networks or build referral partnerships because they hear some story way removed from them of that, someone got slapped with a violation or arrest. The actual amount of people that, get hit with these things is very small, right? So again, I just want to preface this with check out, go with your own comfort level. Just always take action. Always try to build relationships. Always try to build networks. So with that said, there are certain states, California, for example, where I'm based out of, there actually is case law. The Attorney General of California has declared that you can pay a finder's fee to any non-licensed individuals, whether this is someone who's removed from the transaction, basically, right? So they can't be involved in the transaction anyway. So, like an escrow company, no, or, the real estate agent, things like that. That's definitely, a rest of the deal. But you can work out arrangements, finder's fee in the state of California. Now, again, if you have case law in your state that has constantly promoted and said this is fine, like we've given our blessing on this, you're not going to get anyone coming down on that from a federal level. I would encourage you guys, you have those service professionals that you interact with. Look into your state and just double check. But again, don't get fallen into that paralysis of Google telling you something. Now, another way, non-monetary related, is the referral sharing. And so there's a lot of overlap between industries and things that you can help. And I call it the reciprocity. And then of course, you're going to leverage expertise, provide relevant insight. So, whether you're speaking with certain, a BK attorney and things, there could be maybe some new opportunities programs. They're very knowledgeable for the most part, but, where are things that they're trying to recruit clients that are, need a bankruptcy attorney. Well, then you also have programs that are related to, one day at a BK. So then you guys can come together and perhaps do some joint marketing efforts and things that you're working together on that. One thing though I do want to focus on is a lot of people think that if I get a whole bunch of different professional service partnerships in like the same industry, you are just expanding your opportunities for those referrals. But I argue the opposite. I say don't dilute your influence with your service professionals. Really promote them, right? And just like you wouldn't want them referring out to 5 different loan officers. So I say, find those top people, and these are people that you're already working with. Like, who does your taxes, right? You already have someone who's probably preparing your taxes. But anyways, you've got someone in your sphere that is already supporting you and helping you. And so then have that conversation. Don't be afraid to ask for business, right? Make sure that you're professional. tax preparer, for example, or your CPA, make sure they really are knowledgeable in the real estate tax strategies, because there's some really great strategies that if they're promoting buying real estate and doing things that do generate a lot of business for you, that is going to be a great partnership. Now, secondly, the larger you build your list of these industry professionals, everybody wants to know a person, right? Everybody wants, I got a guy for that, right? Like, how credible does that make you sound, or how great is that to your clients that you made it easy on them, right? You have a solution and a person that you can coordinate and set them up with that solves their problem. So everyone in any industry wants to have their go-to. They want to have that list on the top of their head or on their computer. Oh yeah, let me forward that to you, right? Because again, that builds credibility for you. But then of course you do want to make sure they're a reliable counterpart of these individuals that you are partnering with from other service industries. So some other great examples, right? We're working with real estate agents, and they're the worst when it comes to bookkeeping and running their business like a business, right? They may be phenomenal marketers and great communicators with clients, but at the end of the day, like, the last thing they ever want to look at is their expenses and their books. And as we approach the end of the year here, I mean, you're going to find a lot of agents that are like, it's a mess right now. I really need to get this all cleaned up. Again, like, finding those overlaps between what some of your clients need, or even some of your agent partners, some of your other referral network partners, that how can you connect and be that person to help feed each other. So client receiving inheritance. So on that same line, but now they have all this money, and I've got so many times where clients are like, hey, do you know a financial planner? I don't know what to do with this big lump sum that I just got, and I want to make sure I'm being a good steward of it. And so being able to connect individuals from that dynamic, financial planners are phenomenal partners to have on your top list, right? All right, this one, it's not as clear to everyone, but I really stress on this. If you go to your local bank, a lot of times you've got bank tellers, you'll have, your banker, the individual where you get to sit down at the desk with them and they help you open the account, and maybe they deal with more of your business type transactions and things. So a lot of times, though, these are not licensed individuals. They've worked their way up on the corporate ladder as far as going from bank teller, and hey, they got their big break and now they get to be a banker. But for the most part, like, they're not doing mortgages, right? So this is a great opportunity to have a good partnership with some of your local bankers, especially in today's market where HELOCs are huge. But the problem with HELOCs or home equity loans, those banks have very small boxes that they want to fit these people in. And a lot of people that are going to be hurting over this next year as far as, out of control debt costs, credit cards, things that they can consolidate down. And if you don't have a 720 credit score, I mean, maybe some banks will do it at 700, but they're going to be tightening things up. Whereas we have way more flexibility on the cash out refinance side. So working with some of these local bankers that, really getting in, especially with the ones that do the HELOC loans, right? So they'll maybe have one specialist that, maybe works with multiple branches in your specific market or area, but really getting an understanding of who that person is, getting to know them, and then helping them, because again, back to that list of, I know someone, right? I don't know who's doing HELOCs here, if you enjoy them, but HELOCs don't pay you anything, and they're tons of work. And, for the most part, there's always going to be some promo or something at the big box bank. And so I just refer those out, right? But again, not being afraid of the bankers as if they're your competition. They usually are not very in depth when it comes to their understanding of mortgage side of it. And these banks are going to tighten up tighter and tighter on their qualification requirements. And so it's a great opportunity for brokers to have a whole toolbox of different options and features. Just know that these individuals are not the enemy. These people in your backyard, that they are one of the best referral sources that you'll find. And so really sap into that.